which are the best characters that you should be building right now for the Black Cat trials that are coming up in just a few short weeks, and why is Dr. Doom going to be a key to this whole thing. Miss Marvel Hard Light has arrived in Marvel Strike Force. How good is this character? We're going to give you some T4 and Iso-8 recommendations and test our luck with an orb opening. And it is Mailbag Monday, so we're going to go into the mailbag and answer all of your questions, Valley Club. And if you're ready for that, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And boom, the date for the Black Cat trials is August 29th. We have revealed Mystic Villains, Global Controllers, and Brawlers are the characters that you're going to need, in addition to these Nowhere characters and the Sinister Six. We're going to talk about which are the best picks for each of these sections. But before we start our deep dive in the best characters for the Black Cat trials, I do want to mention this character, Miss Marvel Hard Light, the newest character arriving in Marvel Strike Force. And if this is your first time here on the channel, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. There's at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel. Usually there's a lot more helping you in all kinds of ways. News videos, question answer videos, gameplay videos, everything to help your Marvel Strike Force experience. Well, let's talk about Miss Marvel Hard Light. We are going to open some orbs, give you some T4 recommendations, but I do want to mention the sponsor of this video, Amazon Coins. Today's video is brought to you by Amazon Coins and the Amazon App Store. Now, what is the Amazon App Store and Amazon Coins, you may ask? Well, it is a way that you can save up to 10% off any of your in-game purchases on any app that's available on the Amazon App Store, including Marvel Strike Force. Yes, Marvel Strike Force is one of the games that is available on the Amazon App Store, and all you need to do to get access this is scan this QR code here to get the Amazon App Store, get that installed, and you could start saving some money. The way it works is it is available on all Android devices. So if you want the Amazon App Store, you need to have an Android device, an Amazon Fire tablet, or any Windows 11 device. And once you have the Amazon App Store downloaded on your device, you can start saving money on any app available on the Amazon App Store. And the way Amazon Coins works, the more you spend, the more you save. Normally, I'm getting this offer here, $100 worth of in-game purchases for $92. But if you want to save that full 10%, you can get this offer here. It gets you $500 worth of Amazon Coins for only $450. So if you're going to purchase this new character in Marvel Strike Force, why not save some money doing it and use the Amazon App Store? Check out the link in the description, scan my QR code, or go to coins.valleyflyin.com and start saving some money today. So once again, shout out to Amazon Coins for sponsoring this video. And if you do want to purchase Miss Marvel Hard Light, make sure you use Amazon Coins if it's available in your region, because it can save you some money and it does support the channel. But as you can see, we're not going to open some red star orbs for Miss Marvel, because as soon as she was released, I opened one 4-star orb. And as you can see, we got this 6-star on that Miss Marvel. So we're going to continue on. We're not going to open red star orbs for her because I don't want to press my luck. We need these for these other characters in this Secret Defender. So we're going to go ahead and open an orb for her. Hopefully we get lucky right now. Let's go open 675. This will also help with the photon blitzing event because it is based on power cores. Let's open one right now. Do we get lucky? No, we do not. We do not get lucky at all. We get the bare minimum. Oh, so sad. Let's go right into these T4 and Iso-8 recommendations for this character. So her basic, very, very strong one. It is more damage to the primary target. Good, basic, not a great T4. I would skip this T4. Her special, very, very good move, but what does a T4 do? There's a barrier on the primary target, so a lot of these older school characters have a lot of barrier with them. More damage, 70% to the primary target, and in an arena, she's going to apply safeguard up to a maximum of 2 to all Secret Defender allies. This is a very, very strong move, and she goes very, very quickly. I think what you're going to do is open with the ultimate, though. This is a long cooldown. It is available on turn 1. And what it's going to do, more damage to primary and secondary targets. And in arena, you're getting a safeguard up to a maximum of 2 to self and all Secret Defender allies. Taking a look at her passive, very, very good. She's going to gain a charge every time she's attacked. And after every 5 charges, she's going to give 20% of her max health as barrier. And she's going to heal 20% of her health. She's going to lose 5 charge. Also, whenever an enemy like Apocalypse becomes empowered, she's going to heal for 20% of her max health, also 20% barrier, and she's gaining taunt. So that empowered, basically Apocalypse, if you're seeing an Apocalypse on arena defense, it's going to hit Miss Marvel. So hopefully she has enough health to sustain that or survive that. And what the T4 does, well, this is probably my favorite T4 of the bunch. 10% barrier on sponsor. She's getting even more barrier. 25% armor for self-Secret Defender allies. That is great. And in arena, she's getting more max health. So even more of an ability to take that empowered basic from Apocalypse. So as far as the order that I like these, I think the best one is obviously going to be this passive. I think the next best is going to be this ultimate. This is your opening move. After that is going to be the special. And then if you really want to highly invest in this character, that is when you would do the basic there. And as far as the Iso-8 recommendations for this character, pretty much the same as the normal Miss Marvel. Both of them, as you can see, Skirmisher is the leading category there. And the other class that devs talked about in their Strike Time video is that Fortifier class. Now, this seems a little less appealing. I'd rather go for more offense, more of my focus rather than being a little more defensive, but in certain situations, I can see how this is going to work. And those are my recommendations for Miss Marvel. Let me know your thoughts on this character. Let me know if this is a character that you're going to unlock right away, if this is a character you're going to unlock later, if this is a shelvable character, or you're going to build her right now as we discuss these Black Cat trials. And like I said, the trials start on August 29th, and the first node, no restrictions. As we get through difficulty 5 and above, there are some restrictions for certain nodes here. Node 2 is when you're going to use your nowhere characters and your Sinister Six. Now, obviously, I think the nowhere characters are the best ones to build. I think this is the order that you want to build these characters for the Black Cat trials, except you got to flip Korg and start on Annihilation. So I would build them in this order here. Nova, most valuable character on this team. Then you got the damage with Thor, Infinity War. Cosmo's also a very, very good girl, removing positive effects, removing negative effects, very good stuff. Korg is a good character. I wouldn't say he's a great character, but he comes back to life after he dies, so he has a lot of value there. I would say he's the 5th most important character on this team. 4th most important character on this team is Star-Lord Annihilation. Now, he's not very good in Dark Dimension 6. He is a cheaper character, and he does have some use in these Black Cat trials, though. So it is a character that you may want to build, but if you do build him, the word is not very good in Dark Dimension 6, but it does have that skill tag, which makes it easier to get the gear because not a lot of great skill characters. And I think Sinister Six is a trap to build. Now, there is some evidence that these characters are going to get some rework. Swarm was already reworked. And if you are heavily into war defense, that's a character that you probably already have built, so you're good to use him as a sacrifice character in these Nova trials. The other character that may be getting a rework is Doc Ock. The evidence comes from his costume. I don't have his costume unlocked, so I can't see it or show it to you guys, but from what everyone says that has this costume unlocked for Doc Ock, he has a different pose with his costume, and that indicates that a rework may be coming. Because normally when they rework poses in the character select screen, characters have gotten reworks pretty soon after that. They're not going to spend a lot of dev hours on reworking an animation for a character in the character select screen if they're doing nothing with that character. Now, the other character that I have heard may be getting a rework, but it's just based on rumors and not any evidence, is Green Goblin. So I think the way to go on missions 2, 6, and 10 is building up nowhere in the order, like I said, Nova, Thor, Cosmos, Star-Lord, and then Korg. And then if you want to start to build up some of these other Sinister Six characters, either as backup characters or in preparation for what may or may not come, then you could have some backup characters as well. But moving on to these Mystic villains for nodes 3 and node 7, well, we got a lot of great Mystic villains, and the ones that pop out right away: Dr. Doom, Dormammu, Hela, Morgan Le Fay out here. We got some great characters, and I think depending on what these Scourges are or these packs that are going to be in this Black Cat trial, I think those characters may be able to beat this node just on its own. But some other backup characters that you may want to have, if you haven't already built up Agatha Harkness, especially if you don't have Apocalypse unlocked, she's going to give you some value there. I'm not sure if she's going to be valuable in all the nodes, in both of these nodes, but at least in one opening, she's going to be strong. Ebony Maw has some good opening moves as well, and the Black Order recently did get a rework in War Only. They may be getting a rework to build them up to like Infinity Watch levels, so this is a backup character that you may want to invest in. Now, we do have some Bifrost characters that you may already be investing in, already have some high stars for, like Loki, Teen Loki, and Sylvie. Those are also good options if you already have them built up. I don't think you should build them up just for this event. Once you have them built up enough that you could easily sim these incursion raids, I think the only value in building these characters very, very high is for a Crucible defense. Very, very strong in Crucible defense, especially in Room 2. Heartless is always an option as well. He is a stronger character in Crucible defense as well. And then we're talking about Thanos. Now, there is word that Thanos is getting a rework. I don't think the devs have set in stone his rework yet, so I think it's still under construction. And also Yondu is another character that you might want to consider if you built him up for past events. Some of his summons may help depending on what these Scourges are, but those are your options there. The important ones, Morgan Le Fay, Doom, Dormammu, Hela, and that last character, you got a lot of options, but I think it is going to be based on your roster, what characters you already have built. Global controllers, there is a lot of good ones here. Let's go into the game to discuss them. And as you can see, same characters, two same characters, Morgan Le Fay, Dr. Doom. If you have not already built them, they look to be important for this game mode. They're going to be used on 4 of these nodes, ladies and gentlemen, for these Black Cat trials. So if you're serious about these Black Cat trials, these are probably 2 of the most important characters in this, in addition to the Nowhere and the other nodes as well. But the Doom, Morgan Le Fay, very, very good. And another character that I see that just standing out, in my opinion, is Omega Red. He's been very, very valuable in Crucible, valuable in the other trials that we've had. So Omega Red's a great character. And I think Emma Frost with the low cooldowns is a character that could be on both of those nodes as well. So those are 4 characters that I would bring into both nodes. And for the 5th character, going to be situational based on what you've had in your roster, based on what these packs are that we don't know yet. And as far as our other options, you got a bunch of them here based on what you've already built. First one that stands out to me is Death Seed. If you've already built them up for Apocalypse, they're going to give you some value here. Now, I don't think Dark Beast or Magneto are going to be used on both nodes. I think you could use one on one node and one on another node because their cooldowns are very, very long. Magneto, without being in the raids, is a very long cooldown on his ultimate, but at least for one node will be very good. Other characters here, you may already have built Moonstone for previous trials, for the Nova trials. So if you already have her built up for that, or Crucible Offense, she's going to be a great character as well. Scarlet Witch and Dazzler, you may have already built them up for Apocalypse. They can be characters. I'm not sure what their value is going to be, but if you already had it built up, it could give you some value as well. We have a Rebirth character in US Agent. We have an Invader character in Captain America World War II. And then we have some backup characters that may be good for like a sacrifice team. We have a very early ability block in Baron Zemo. We have a very early blind in Taskmaster. Not sure what they're going to be, how good they're going to be, because they do have long cooldowns on those moves. Kate Bishop can be annoying as well if you just need to damage. And if you're just looking for a stun, as far as like a sacrifice stun and you can bring in your main team later, Sharon Carter, a very early stun with some high focus and removing a lot of barrier. I don't think the rest of these characters are going to be worth it. But let's move back. We have Brawlers to discuss. These are going to be for nodes 5 and 9. And there are a lot of good Brawlers in the game right now. Red Hulk, if you have his ultimate controlled, or you can use his ultimate on both of these nodes, well, it's going to be very, very good. You're going to have a great time there. Deathpool is a part of the new Warriors, which is very valuable in Cosmic Crucible. And Shang-Chi, you may have already built them up in the past. I don't know if I would build them up just for these trials unless you're really going for one of those high percent brackets, but he has a lot of value, low cooldowns as well. Now, some people have built Quicksilver, some people haven't. I think he's a beast on Crucible defense. So if you've already built him for Crucible defense, I think it's a great character to bring in as that Brawler section. And another character, if you've already beat Dark Dimension 6, I don't think you're going to have any trouble with these trials, but Super-Skrull is a Brawler. And if you have him unlocked, well, it's going to be easy mode for you in this game mode. And some of the other characters you may already have had built up for other content. Val looks to be very good in Dark Dimension 6. So if you already have her built for that, that is going to be a good character for these Nova trials as well. Abomination, you may have already built Abomination or Psylocke for the Apocalypse unlock. If you have those unlocked, they're going to give you some value as well. Titania is a character that you may have already built up for the Nova trials. If you already did that, well, she has some value as well. And I think those are the only other characters that are worth building at this point. Maybe Gwenpool if you have enough stars on her. But I definitely wouldn't take Infinity War Thor, and I wouldn't take Star-Lord Annihilation in unless you have them really, really strong and are trying to set up their cooldowns. You probably want to hold them off and not use them on some of those earlier nodes. And now it is time for some mailbag questions. First question of the week. Hey Val, I'm pretty close to unlocking Dr. Doom. I was wondering how much I should build them up considering how many good characters there are nowadays. So as we talked about, if you are building this character, trying to get a high score in these Black Cat trials, I think Dr. Doom, in addition to Morgan Le Fay, is going to be the key to your success. Like I talked about, 4 nodes with these 2 characters that they are eligible for. So I think Dr. Doom is going to be very, very good for these trials. Now, outside of these trials, let's talk about him game mode by game mode. So in Arena, not super valuable. I do see Dr. Doom on some defensive teams, and if you play that wrong, that could be very, very annoying. But if you play that right, have your characters built up properly, Dr. Doom is no problem on Arena defense. So I wouldn't consider him a value in Arena, at least not right now. Next, let's talk about the raids. And while he's not into skill raids, we don't have a great option in the tech section. And I think right now, if you are really competitive in the tech section, you need Dr. Doom. So he has a lot of value there. And in my opinion, raids, because that's something that you do every day, has some pretty good rewards as well. That is the second most important game mode. So build him right now. Just realize that he's kind of a temporary solution. We don't have a permanent solution right now for the tech raids. As far as Crucible, very, very strong in Crucible offense. Very annoying on Crucible defense. You can kind of control him on Crucible defense with taking in someone that could do an early ability block or just control him. But on Crucible offense, I think he does have a lot of value, especially in rooms that ultimates have 3 extra energy. You could use those over and over and over. Currently in room 6 is that room. So Dr. Doom, very, very good. And he did lose a little bit of value in war. Now that Photon can work with these A4s, not going to see as many A4s with Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom can be used on other teams to counter some other things now. So he got a little more freedom to be used on other teams. But yeah, very, very good character. Build them up as much as you can without diverting the too much resources away from other characters. But yeah, I would build them up right now because he does have value. That value did get a little more important with the suckiness of the Bionic Avengers. I have a war reward question. With Scopely adding more ISO-4 blue and ISO-5 ions, do you think it would get easier getting a big boy apocalypse or not? Well, obviously, yes. And if we see what the blog post says, this is the blog post from Friday, the T2 level 5 ions will be twice the amount they are now. So basically, it is going to cut the time in half. If we're getting double the amount, well, the time it takes should be half. So yes, it is. It should be about half the time that you would have gotten from these war rewards. Now, I don't know if that's a great comparison because there's other places that we get these ISO-5s from, not just the war season rewards. But if you're just looking at from the rewards from the war season, then half the time is how long it should take. Hey, Valley, raid question this time. I'm having trouble in the bio section of Doom 3.1. So not the incursion raids, Doom, ladies and gentlemen. My web warriors take the first node easy, but then immediately die in the second node. I send them into my Rebirth Masters of Evil hybrid. I still don't finish the node. I don't have Agent Venom or US Agent the proper ISO levels to bring them in. What do they need to make that team good, so good in the raids? Pictures for reference. So let's go look at some of these pictures here. This is the first team. This is your Rebirth team. Don't have US Agent, ISO-8. Don't have the Agent Venom, ISO-8. The rest of the characters are ready. Now, even at this level, I think in Doom 3.1, this is going to be a cakewalk for you getting through that. So as soon as you get your blue ISO-8 for US Agent, then your blue ISO-8 for Agent Venom, then you should be good. It's going to be very, very easy. Now, your web warriors, they are pretty powerful. I would say at this point, they should be able to do Doom 3.1. Let's go back and look at 3.1, the second node of the bio section, because the first node, I remember that being very, very easy. I would always sim that or auto that. This is a node that gave me trouble back when we were doing Doom. And I would do this as a 2-tap. And as a 2-tap, this isn't that problematic. Big targets here, Beast, Jubilee, and what is her name? Psylocke. Those are the big targets here that you want to kill before Phoenix drops. Now, if you can take out Phyla-Vell or Nebula or Moondragon, you don't want a full Infinity Watch in this team. That would be very, very annoying. So you want to try to take out some of these Infinity Watch, but I think your big targets are going to be these mutants. Now, what I've normally done, try to take out as many of these characters as possible, usually the mutants, so that Phoenix can't screw anything up. And then I try to get Phoenix into Dark Phoenix form, because once I quit out, come back to life, Phoenix is gone and I could just worry about the others. So if you want to do this as a 2-tap, you got options there. Take out a lot of these characters, kill Phoenix. Once Phoenix goes and dies, goes in Dark Phoenix form, quit out, go in and finish it up with your web warriors. I was able to do that with my web warriors back in the day. And then I got the Gamma team, and the Gamma team was able to one-shot this, attacking the center where Jubilee is. Don't hit on that B side, and using the Red Hulk and stunning a certain amount of people. Very good. But yeah, if you could look for a 2-tap, this node gets a lot easier than a 1-tap, especially if you don't have the characters at the correct level. But once you build these guys up, like I said, it's going to be very, very easy for you. Those are it for the questions from the mailbag. If you want to get your question answered in one of these future Monday mailbag videos, make sure you are a member of Discord. The link is down below, and go to the mailbag questions channel. Leave your question there. I usually answer all of them every single Monday. Thanks for watching though, guys. If you made it this far, give the video a like. I know you liked it. It is free. It helps out the channel. I will see you guys next time. And if you want to see what are the best characters that you should be farming right now, make sure you check out the video up there. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out. Have a great rest of your day.